comes up in their feed. So if you put it in Instagram, I've got it through Facebook, and it's also through YouTube. So it doesn't tell me anyone is ready there at the moment. So we'll just wait a few minutes, and that'll give us time to do the setup. It shows me someone's watching, but they haven't popped up. So if anyone wants to pop up and say hello, please do, because we have had some connectivity issues again, which it's our Australian internet that is really, really shitty. We do have people. Oh, John's joined us. Oh, look, I tell you, our internet in Australia is so poor compared to all the other countries. So we've had a few people pop in. I just want to check. Hi, John. Hi, Constance. Hi, Amy. Just want to see, Chloe, can you actually see the chat room as well?
Yes, I can.
You can. Okay. All right. Sorry, Dad's just here and he's going to get Mum a cup of tea. While we're just waiting for some people to pop in, I actually had a question for a lady, and she's inquiring. I'm not sure if she wants me to use her name, so I won't, but her question was about an old love from 20 odd years ago, and she's wanting to know, he's looking at relocating back to her local area, but they're always still in touch positively. So do we see those two actually coming together? So I'm just using my steampunk ones here to start. Oh, hi, Nancy. Nancy's looks like she's displaying under tea with Karen, because I've made Nancy a temporary moderator in the Facebook group, because we have had issues with the scammers where they will tag people, and so I will have on the YouTube side the lovely Andrea Jacob, who will kick butts if she sees any in the YouTube, and I've got Nancy in the Facebook that'll kick butt there too if we see them. So question is about this person of 20 years. He's moving back to the local area. What's the likelihood of them two actually coming together? So I'm using steampunk. So I'll just lay them out. We are working, it looks like we're upside down. I just want to, we're checking our screen and what we can fit. So that's why we're a bit behind the times. So I always like this particular layout. This first card here tells us the positive or the negative. These three describe that, and these two are outcomes. Butterfly here would tell me something that is uplifting, and butterflies is usually anything of pure heart. It's a beautiful symbol, which does tell me, yes, you may come together. The only thing is with a butterfly, it's almost like, though, will it last? We have these three here that describe that. The cannon and the pipe are both masculine energies, but they're also both pointing to the left. I like the fact that the cannon is pointing away, because it tells me long ago he may have been a bit of like the aggression or the strength, the stamina, and that there would tell me with this he softened over the years. The pipe here would tell me he may be actually sitting contemplating about this. Bellows actually means fan something alive, and it's interesting because bellows is almost like the burning gut desire of what's there. I'm not going to be surprised that he does try to reignite the passion that you had over these 20 years. And to see kisses and the candles. Candles are very spiritual, and it means what is coming to light. And you got the kisses. I actually think you probably will meet up with this fellow again. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about is the butterfly of, will it be long lasting? Now I'm just using my charm kits. I've got my charms in my unicorn. Everyone loves my unicorn. So I'm just going to draw some charms as well. So we've got the soccer shirt, which is the game about games. We've also got the measuring tape, and we've got the ballerina point shoe. And there, when I look at those about the likelihood, again, there would tell me he may not feel worthy, because measuring tape is about marking or measuring yourself up against other people. Here would tell me again, he will take a punt on this. And the dancer could tell me this could be a really nice time for a bit of ooh la la. So what have you got, Chloe? And Chloe, can you just slide your mat slightly to the right? Just slightly, so I'd see those last two. I'll just introduce you to, sorry, I forgot, I'm rambling. Chloe is a tarot card reader, and she's using a very unusual tarot deck, which is a very old Alice in Wonderland one. And I wouldn't be able to read, and I can't read a tarot card to save myself. So Chloe knows all about this. I'll hand it over to you.
Okay. This is actually quite interesting because what I'm having through here is very similar to what you're saying. Over through here, it does show there's really like a lot of hot air. There's a couple of cards here that are actually pointing to the financial side of things about money and comfort, but the abundance of money. So I'm not sure if either of you are in a wealthier stance through there, but there's also a great amount of protection around that money. So it can be holding on to things, possibly not wanting to share things through there. But the more interesting part of this, though, is with through here with the Three of Cups in reverse, that there's other people involved through there. So they're not both single through there, or there's a third person involved there. With the sexual card over through here, which is obviously about love, but in reverse is more about lust through there. I do think that you can actually have that connection and start things up again through there. But the same thing, I don't know for how long. So it shows through here, you might have danced this dance quite a few times through there. And it's like not being able to let go of the what ifs. It's like a deeper connection through there, or a deeper soul-bound twin flame, I guess, as you would call it. And so, but sometimes in our lifetime, it's not meant to be. It might have been a previous lifetime. And so we cross these people over through here. You've got to be extremely careful, and there's choices being made through here. It does show there's a perseverance there, but there's still a great amount of greed or possession or huge focus on something financial. So I would say that if you were to reconnect, I probably wouldn't say it would be a completely all-in committed relationship, because there would be reservations about something financial. It does show good communication through there, good times. The flowers, beauty, connection through there. I've also got the dancer as well that come up through here. But the ultimate outcome through here is that the time together is limited through there. So it either means that it might not eventuate through there, or come back around and still not quite get there as well. So it's a bit of a tricky one. I think it's a fantastic connection, but there's other people involved, and that may not be out in the open. But yeah, so trust is important, most definitely.
It is. I'm just madly scribbling down some people's questions as I go. They're just chosen in no particular order, guys. If people are wanting love questions, we need to know if you're in an existing relationship or looking for new love. And that's the main thing is. So I'm just writing down some questions. They are chosen in no particular order. So don't think that we can get through everybody as much as we'd like to. We will try, but it just is just chosen. Yeah. So we'll just get through what we can get through. So
we just need to not ramble on like we do.
yeah, I know. You can tell it's mother and daughter, can't you? Okay, so I'm just grabbing a couple there. Amy Gorosita's just wanting a general reading. Now, generals, like I said, I don't like doing generals because I see them as not enough information because it's not specific. So I'm just grabbing Alice. And in general, I'm just going to do, we'll do just relationships career and money. That's the easiest way to do it, and I'll split it into 3. So relationships, career, and money. So relationships here would tell me there's somebody that you need to let go of. And when I look, hang on, I'll move that. When I look at mushroom and an eagle, it tells me though somebody that's too controlling, too dominating. Now I don't mean love relationships because it's not a heart there. I'd look at these more of a relationship that may be with a person, an acquaintance or friend, sometimes work colleagues, particularly with eagle. There, I would say start distancing yourself in this area, because I look at it and say too much control is making you feel literally unwell. It's out of balance there.
That's actually very interesting that you say that too, because the very first one through here, which I did for emotions and relationships, is very much the same thing. It is about control. It is about feeling like you have to run away and hide from things through there. There's lack of clarity on things, so it can be maybe lack of commitment. Decisions again have to be made through there, but it looks like it's not going to be the most positive one through there. You have to be a little bit You have to be a bit careful on how you react, though, because it does show that there can be regrets. So I would just say, because we're in a Mercury retrograde at the moment, we really just have to think before we speak, so that we can obviously make more sensible decisions. But it's the same as what you're showing through there,
on the
feeling
relationships.
trapped yeah, trapped in control.
Career, where I've got career, tent is like a warm blanket. It literally means protect yourself more than anything or anybody. Balloon is again letting go of stress. So literally I see both of those is try and have little mini breaks if you are working, and I would look at it and say have a bit of a rest, because there it's almost like lots and lots of stress, but you're ignoring all the signs and signals of protecting you, and it's like, no, you need a little bit of nourishment here and around
That's
yourself.
exactly
Can you move
similar to
your,
what I
yeah, Chloe, can you just move your mat half a card width to the right, because I'm not quite, just half a card, little bit there, perfect. That's your screen there. I'm just seeing them, but that there just tells me stress and pressure and time to have a little bit of look after me time in your career life. So what have you got in that career thing? Because I can't read a tarot card the same as that.
It's actually very similar through here. The Wheel of Fortune means good luck around the timing through here, but it can be about cycles coming to a bit of a complete end through there. This second card's telling me not to make any decisions about moving or changing just yet, because it does show after a short break you'll be going back to the place that you were at, or back to where you were before. So there's no point changing, because you would be stepping backwards. So it's not time to make any moves on the career side of things through there.
In money area, I've got the heart and the mouse. Heart is, yes, your desires, emotional. So there would tell me try not to fall into the trap of emotional purchases, which is what I do when it comes to teacups. Because the mouse there would tell me little by little it's getting eaten away. So I would say don't make emotional decisions around money, because there would tell me not a good, great outcome as far as making emotional decisions. So I just want to layer another cup on there. You've got the dog and you've got the cherries. Dog is about friendships, and it's funny because I can't help, it's like I said, I hear the voices talk to me. I look at those and I'd say don't enter into any financial areas when it comes to friendships or that type of connection. The cherries can indicate, again with the mouse there, that some people can take advantage of your generosity. So what do you got on the money area?
The money over through here, this does show that there might be some contracts going on at the moment through there. Communication's definitely needed. Generally, it's not a good idea to sign any contracts in a Mercury retrograde, because there can be things that might not be out there or seen. It's something you just have to be a bit careful of. So I would say check absolutely everything through there. There is good luck around it though, particularly with things to do with own business of some sort. So if you're possibly buying or selling, it's likely to actually go quite well through there, as well as any new contracts. So it looks like it's okay. It looks fantastic. I've pulled a last card over through here, which is actually about health, and it does mean the weakened immune system through there. So I would say try and boost the antioxidants in your diet if you can, just to prepare as we get into the colder weather.
Yeah. I'm just grabbing some questions while I'm there. I've got a question from Tasha Lee, and Tasha is in the UK, and Tasha is a professional reader, and she's asking about career. So what's out there for the long term? So I'm actually going to use a cup, Tasha. I'm going to use my beautiful purple cup. Well, it's almost aubergine, which I just love, aubergine. Let's have a look. There's my knitting needles. Hi. So we're looking at career for Tasha Lee. I'm trying to find back your question there, Tasha. It's just I'm trying to keep up with all the thread in the thing. Got no idea where it is, but I wrote it down. So what's going on with your career? Let's have a look. Okay. All right, so little tiny bit of T here near the cross. The cross is again about sometimes your soul's journey, and I know everyone sees crosses, either Christianity, religion, or major blockages. I see that actually is your soul's journey. You've actually got, hopefully you can see it here, is a tiny little bell. And a bell there would tell me you are making some announcements very soon. And it's something very important and very special to you and you alone. I'm just having a look. All right. It's not touching anything here, but again, you've got like a little door, and a door is often a portal to something new. To see it between man and letter would tell me there may be an important male involved in your future career path, but the letter there is like something in the written form. So it's like contract or something. But here is where all the business is. To see, like I'll read them as individuals, but to see between tree and baby literally means new growth. Here, you've got a bird, so it tells me again some discussions of something new. There you've got is a little tiny tree, which again is growth, prosperity. There you've got like a little goat's head, and you can actually see his horns. A goat actually means be persistent on your path and don't let anyone get in your way. Have you ever seen a goat headbutt somebody? That's what it is. You've also got is a letter J, and letters in cups are names of person, place, or thing. So the J could be a Joanna and it could be a Johnny. And it just means they're an important person as we look at new growth. Here again, you've got a little arched doorway, and a door, like I said, is about new portals, new beginnings. Now, the other thing is I can't help but notice is when you drain a cup and we still have some of this water running around, water is actually unreleased emotions. So it does tell me there you need to either go outside, have a good scream or something like that, because it means release the emotions that keep trapping you. And there would tell me though new growth, something good, which will take you into a whole new level. So what do you find, Kelly?
This is
Tasha
actually
Lee is her name.
partially,
Yeah.
it's actually quite similar in regards to the going back from past here. So moving forward, you've got a great amount of luck around business here. It does show that you need a bit more care when it looks at planning long term through there, rather than just trying to rush things and be a bit scattered kind of going into things. So if you've got a lot of new things that you're really adding, to your portfolio in some kind of way, careful not to just rush everything and just get it out there. Take your time with it there. It does show you've got to look back at the past there and learn from those mistakes, because they may pop up again through there. Through here with the celebration side of things, which I think you said you had baby through there, didn't you?
Yes,
About
it's the baby.
yeah, this here does show difficult decisions need to be made. But if your business is anything to do with either big purchases or anything overseas to where you are, you've got to be really careful, because there's things that are hidden there that aren't out in the open through there. That's not a good business deal or business connection through there, and it's one to not really trust through there. You've got good support, good people through here, great empathy with your work. So, patient, work well as part of a team through there. There's a focus on family there, so I'm not sure if you're somehow tied with family and business
She
there.
does. She's got husband and I think it's 3 children, 2 or 3 children, and she's in her own business, works from home.
Okay, oh, fantastic.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, down through here, she's got fantastic exposure, so that's really good. But yeah, with this, it's like if there's something new that you're wanting to add through there, I'd be a little bit careful that it's not just kind of rushed and thrown out there. But yeah, take your time, and it's more about enjoying it and planning it more carefully there, and have some fun with it. Be very wary of someone overseas trying to take advantage of you, though. That's not ideal. But you'll have your blink about it, so it's good. It's actually
Yeah.
positive.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh, hang
Yeah,
on.
that's
Down through here, sorry, these two cards in connection with one another, though. This shows that you may have to be walking away from some advertising or public platform or something there. So I don't know if maybe you're listed somewhere that you're paying that's just useless, kind of like My True Local type of thing. Um, but
it's hard when you're online because you've got to have review-based platforms, and that's one of the hardest areas of all. And like I said, anyone doing online readings, it's one of the biggest challenges. Yeah, because most of them are review-based platforms.
yeah, and not everyone's going to be 100% happy.
No.
But yeah, it says, Shane, that you might have to walk away from one of those platforms through there. There's no danger or harm around it, but it could just be wasting the money through there.
Waste of time.
Yeah. And the Google
Hang on.
algorithm doesn't help sometimes, which isn't good.
Oh,
But
the
they,
Google algorithms drive me crazy. It's just, yeah, it's just crazy. It really is. Yeah, and it's like, what the hell? Hang on, I'm just writing down the last questions here. Hang on, and then I can go into it. Yeah, love. Got a lot of love questions coming up, which is good. Caitlin Williams has asked, is she on the right path? So I'm going to use my charms. So let's just have a look. That is very yes and no. And yes and no in any type of divination is always one of the hardest areas. So we don't tend to look at things so yes and no's. So about the right path, we would look at, okay, what are some of the obstacles and what are some of the bonuses? So the first one I'm looking at here, actually I'll move into the top half, is the obstacles. Or the challenges, and down here I'm going to look at the positives. So the top half, we have the female gender sign, the party hat, Grim Reaper. Yes, I do have a Grim Reaper. The seahorse, teapot, and that there is actually a little army tank. So he's very hard to see because he's 3D, so I'm trying to hold him. Army tank. So there in the negatives, there would tell me there's a light-hearted female that's in and around your life that you may need to look at eliminating. And I don't mean bury her in the backyard. You do that sort of thing to ex-husbands. Ah, there's our guest. I'll explain what that bell is in a minute. It's lovely when he pops in. No, I'll tell you in a sec. when I look at this, yes, Grim Reaper is in here, and there would tell me cut away a female. And I say female here who may come across as lovely and bright and fun and all the rest of it, because when I see the seahorse there, the teapot and the tank, it's like someone keeps dumping their crap onto you. So I have to swear. But I look at that and say you are taking on far too many burdens from someone who is a bit of a negative ninny. And I would say time to start distancing yourself. But yes, please do not shoot them and bury them in the backyard. That is only for ex-husbands.
I have a very similar
A
situation in the middle
negative?
through. Yeah, in
Yeah.
the negative, like it's going through here that you really need to set some healthy boundaries with someone there and have some downtime on your own. It does show there's someone who might be hiding behind a mask through there. So again, someone possibly not very trustworthy. With the ladder, I would say it's someone trying to, climb over the top of you, and you could be, collateral damage through there. It does show you'd have to put your pride down through there. Again, another woman with that rose through there. Rose is more on the older woman side of things, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's for mature
Yeah.
people, so, or it should be
Mm.
mature aged. Someone who,
Yeah.
again, though, rose is often displays gorgeous and positive, but it comes with thorns.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
whoever this person has a lot of pride, a lot of ego through there. Yeah.
Well, the
But you're not
positives
getting
here,
version.
when I look at your
Mm.
positives, these are good because you've got the steering wheel of a car or automobile, vehicle, whatever you choose to call it. The steering wheel means that you are taking great control in the direction that you are going. To see the baby pram and the hammer or the gavel, it's like a judge's gavel, baby there tells me new exciting things that are coming along the way, and without the judgment that you may have had from people in the past. And to see the heart is always beautiful, and an arrow is about directions, and the heart there means again, look at the directions where you are going and only accept those who are pure in their intentions to you, not as in love, but it means their energy levels as well. Again, an arrow through a heart would tell me you've had a lot of healing to do on the emotional side, but you're finally in control of where to go in your future. There is the only thing I'd say, cut away someone who keeps offloading all their baggage and their rubbish onto you. What do
Yeah,
you
it's
got in the
interesting.
positives there?
No, it's very similar through here as well. I do have needing a lot of support through there. So, on the emotional side of things, like more romantic life through there. So, not sure if you might be the sort of person to really jump in and nurture someone and be someone's, parent instead of a partner, but you've got to set again more healthy boundaries on this one through here. It does show that you might have a bit of a tendency to overthink things or maybe see things that aren't really there. But again, same as you about the direction through here, there needs to be a plan, but there just needs to be action. So enough talk, it's like jump straight in through there. There's a bit of going back into the past through here. There's some pain through there. It's popping back up again, and it's somehow affecting work through here. So maybe it's affecting your state of mind, or just bringing up some old memories and stuff there for you. The fact that we've got the frog through there, it's you'll be able to hop on away from it, and so I wouldn't say that to be a lasting thing through there. With over through here, this card here can talk about a missed opportunity that a ship's already been sailed through there, and that might be on a financial or a job perspective through there. You might be wishful thinking through there, but I don't think it's going to come through in the way that you're hoping it will.
Okay. Oh, Andrea's just asking me a question there. Is it Wilma or Lovely Nancy on the Karen profile? It's Nancy, actually, Andrea. I put Nancy as a temporary moderator on the business page because of them scammers and stuff that we now get popping in. So that way she can kick butt. And I've got you also kicking butt too in both sides. Oh, I can see Andrea's also through Facebook as well as the YouTube. So so we've got there, I'm still trying to go through some messages. So again, we're just grabbing at random. We've
I
got a
have seen
Rebecca Mazur. She's casually seeing someone, but we want to know, is it going to go somewhere? So I'm just debating what to use. So I'm going to draw a card and then some charms. So about, yeah, is this got potential? That's what we need to know.
Leanne, yes, you should buy the puppy. Always yes.
That's naughty. Okay, so is this casually relationship got potential? Rose there would tell me, yes, it does have some potential there because it means passion, love, and romance. The key and dog and tunnel describe more of this. Key is about opening up. I can't help but feel that trust is something there, and it may be you need to open up about trust issues. Dog is loyalty, which again would tell me you may have had someone betray you in the past, and it might be why you're feeling a little bit apprehensive of, do I open up to that level? Your tunnel is talking about the long term, but it often means step out of the shadows to be seen in the light. Here would tell me again, stop worrying about insignificant stuff that you really don't need. And the treasure chest here would tell me there is really good positive potential. I actually don't see anything super bad there, apart from don't overanalyze the backside out of things. And particularly when it comes to loyalty here, I would say if you are feeling that you're not 100% about you expressing and you've had a cheater in the past, or you are worried about him being a cheater of others, I would say bring up the loyalty question here, because I still think this has got some potential, but all this unnecessary stress here isn't going to help. It's going to add too much pressure on your relationships. So go for it, Chloe. This is Rebecca Mazur.
Hi, Rebecca. So over through here, I do think that you're right if you've got any sort of alarm bells kind of come up through there, only in a very slight way, though. That does show someone that is very intelligent, but using that for negative means rather than positive. So it can be someone who's slightly manipulative, knows how to maybe spin a yarn or that type of thing. And obviously lies and stuff, they're not going to be a thing in any relationship through there. When I see it in reverse, though, it can come up as like emotional abuse. They know how to charm and connect. There is definitely a romantic connection through there on both sides. The balance is not equal between the two of you, though. Over through here, it just shows that they're kind of just passing through, and the fact that they're pages means it's not getting onto a really serious relationship. It might be something that just comes and goes, but is very immature type relationship, like a teenage type relationship. I actually have through here that you might be the one to actually step away and be involved with somebody else through there. So it's actually more, potential, I guess, infidelity on your own side. But look, if you've got someone there that's giving you a better offer, then by all means.
Gosh, okay. I'm just trying to go back up through the questions. Where am I? I've got a Michelle Miller who's interested in somebody. She's currently single. So I'm just debating what weapons of choice to use. So I'm going to go for a couple. Okay, so let's have a spin. And I get tea everywhere. Let that drain. Chloe, do you want to grab some cards while I'm letting that drain? And the lady's name is Michelle Miller, and
Yes.
she's single, but she's interested in someone. So I suppose it's looking at love potential for this person.
Okay, let's have a look. Just trying to see how much space I've got.
Oh, here it is. So if I go show, can you see that along the bottom of the screen, Chloe? Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I don't put them up there. I'll take it off. I'd only put it up there so you can see them, and then I'll pop it. So for anybody who's viewing on a phone, oh, you're doing the big love pyramid.
Hmm. Yeah, run, girl, run,
What? Come
run.
on, explain all that because I don't know. The first thing you've laid out.
So over through here, it does show that you've got some pretty strong gut instincts, and I think that you might be ignoring some red flags or ignoring some issues that obviously are quite important through there. I do see that you've got other options there, so you're not, mainly focused completely in on this one person. I do think on their side of things, they've hit the jackpot. They are having emotional feeling and connection through there. But down through here, there's a lot of control, dishonesty through here. Again, there's third party through here. There's a lot of pain, difficulty. The relationship's not getting off the ground. But what's not really healthy is seeing the devil card in a relationship reading, because it is about control, power. It can be a real lustful sexual connection through there as well. So, and sometimes obviously that can get quite confusing. But generally, particularly with a man being around that, it can be about more the control side of things there. There's also some issues with family there, so that could potentially be a make or break there. I mean, there are feelings involved from that other person, but here would be a very, up and down relationship there with lots of tension and immaturity. I think this is one to shift and go on to the next one. Yeah, there's plenty
Yeah,
more to do.
no, that's all right. I just want to reply there to a lady. She's posted a couple of times. I'll come into this. Hang on 2 secs. Lisa is asking about her eldest son. We actually don't read third party like that. So, and particularly about things like that. So, now I'll just finish this, and then there's a question I've also got to do for somebody who's very important. Now, this is about the interest in this dude. Let's have a look what the cup has. Right. Okay. Well, there's a lot of business going on in here. Rightio. Down here, we've actually got a butterfly, and what's the butterfly sitting on is the anchor. So, but anchor is about stability and security. Butterfly is like somebody who comes and goes very quickly. Butterfly in relationships is temporary, so it tells me there's not longevity there with this particular person. Butterfly tells me you might be okay for a short term and a good time if you can handle that. But as females, a lot of us can't handle that because we love and we give emotionally, not just as in physically. Butterfly, like I said, it could be very good for your ego, but only for a very short time, not longevity. The box here would indicate to me too, be careful of sudden surprises, because a box is usually something that you cannot see. It hasn't got the lid open, so it tells me things that you can't not see. It may be a bit of a shock or a surprise that comes through. Here we've got the heart, which is also really nice, and it's actually sitting on the moon. But then you've got here is a little snail, and then the bird about to eat the snail. Moon is your emotions, heart is your love. So it does tell me, yes, you are falling for this person. The snail there would tell me about literally someone slippery, and the bird there would tell me
What's
eat it and run. It's like breakfast. Bird is about chats, communications, discussions, and it's almost like pulling teeth. You're not getting the communication that your heart really requires and needs. Just looking here, what T's land on what. There you've actually got is like a horn or a megaphone. Megaphone is like you're screaming or announcing things. Often it's the screaming within, which means pay attention to what's really talking to you within. Again, you've got a butterfly here, which would still mean good for the casual, but not for the long term. There is a tiny little bit of T here on the house, and the house is about home or family and security. There is probably one of the only little positives that I'm grabbing out of that in the bottom there, because it does mean, yes, he probably comes from decent people or decent family. There you've actually got is like a person with his arms outstretched, but you've got it on the money tree, which means is he secure enough in his financial well-being? The fact that the arms are outstretched would tell me he's a bit of a type of person who doesn't like to dig in the pockets. So it'd be like if you're going out to dinner, he will suddenly have no wallet on him. Look, a lot of people are like that. Yeah, what do we call them? Hands in pockets. Um, there you've actually got, it's interesting, you've got the baby and it's sitting on top of a chalice. Baby is something new. The chalice there would tell me about celebrations, and it's like celebrations of life. But here you've got the celebrations of life between man and son, which tells me there is another person out there for you that is a hell of a lot more delightful, because baby is all the beautiful things that you hold dear to your heart. And the chalice is like a goblet in the celebrations. Not sure if you have children or want children. When I see that there, it literally is the celebrations of life, which can be you and a child, or you and the other party with a child. You've got here an L. Letters, like I said, are people's names, can be a Lisa, can be a Leon, and it just means they're an important person when it comes to you and relationships. Here you've got T in the top of the tree. Tree there is about family and stability. It's in the top, but it's not at the bottom, which means I just keep feeling here, this one is not a secure path. He'd be great for the short term. And look, he may change, and moon can change. But I'd say go into it lightly and go slowly, not fast.
Baby step.
Yeah, baby steps. So thank you for that. Now let me just go back up through the chat room here, and I will put them on screen as I go. Now we've got Diane RM, who's looking at selling a house. Now, I don't know where I'm up to, so I'm just trying to go through and see if I can find it. Selling a house. I probably can't see it. Oh, here. There we go. I'll show it and I'll put it on screen. She's in Canada and she wants to know, will I do well financially by selling her house? So, will you do, whoops, what has fallen out? House. That's good, because that tells me about good security. So, let's have a look. Right, will you do well of financials selling your house? Right. These are good. And even seeing a tower at the end there, everyone sees tower as devastation. Tower in T is totally different meaning to tower in tarot. Dog here would tell me family, loyalty, good people. It's a nice sign that tells me that there is good energy and good people around you. Here would tell me, though, you do need some harsh negotiations, because bird is chatter, dragon there is about fear, but it can be people who are a little bit on the arrogant side. And those two back to back, though, would tell me you need to push and negotiate really hard. If you've got it with a realtor, push them hard. The butterfly,
Same thing.
You got that there? The butterfly,
really pushing.
same thing. The butterfly here is uplifting, joy, and desires. So I do see hard negotiation, but a good outcome from the negotiations. The bat here is, again, be smart, think outside the box of what you do with your money there. And tower is a success symbol. It means rise and rise slowly. But they're the only two. It says push hard to negotiate. So what have you got?
Yeah.
You got the negotiators there too.
Typical me interrupting, because but that's.
She talks over me all the time. You should be in the house when she's with me. Oh God.
Look, shh, woman.
We are both ADHD, by the way, if you haven't worked that out already. I come from a family of 5 of them. Oh, shut up.
You done? Are you done? Yeah, so when I have a look at this for selling a house, when I've just done a quick 12 month or 10-month spread through here, sorry, to see when would be the best time to sell and if there's anything that can get in the way. I do think that it's not the right time like right now for this month for June, nor is it in July, but August is a fantastic time to sell. You would actually do quite well financially if you can do it in August. Again, through here, you're going to have to do hardball through there. There's a young fire sign male, so I don't know if he's the person who's obviously selling it through there. There's someone trying to use more the emotional standpoint to try and maybe bargain things down. Business is business, so if someone gives you a sob story for an offer or something like that, you don't have an obligation to accept it or anything. I would be a little bit careful on how hardball you go though, because otherwise you can have something slip through that following month there in September. If you're wanting to say buy after selling, the next best time for you would be, so where are we? So that's August, September, October, November, December, January. So January, you've got a new beginning through there. It's less money than what you would expect there. I would not be looking at buying anything toward the end of the year through there. It's not the right time to go back in it. So if you're looking to sell, hold on to it for a little while, but August is your month to really give it everything. But be prepared, someone's going to give a sob story to, obviously try and get lower.
Try and get a price a bit on the cheapy side. So Andrea's comment there with you and your Alice, lady after her own heart with Alice. She harasses me when it comes to Alice, I can tell you. Mel Face, I've also just seen your question there, down in the description. We don't do health or pregnancy readings, and it's not that we don't do them, we just find a 2-minute read on a live platform is not really the right platform for it. So they are very involved readings. I've got a question.
Going again, Mum. Your sound.
The sound.
It's the same as what it was doing earlier.
Okay, let me just have a look here. Hang on, I don't want to lose my spot, so I'm just putting that down there. Oh, Sharon Sipes. Is that any better at the moment? No? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm wondering, is it my Wi-Fi or not? Because, yeah.
Can you put yours onto data? Just scroll down, put it onto data. So
no, it's on the iPad.
Yes, but can't you scroll? Oh, you can't. Okay, I'm going to put mine on data and see if it's.
If you're talking, I can't hear you. There's no sound. The joys of Mercury retrograde affecting technology. Wonderful. We'll be back after this commercial break. Okay. Oh no, she's gone completely now. Great, leave me hanging. Hang on. Let's jump back. Yeah, no sound.
Okay, I've got me back again. Sorry about that, guys. Is it any better or not?
You still sound like you're underwater, but it could be my Wi-Fi. Is everyone else, does she sound okay?
It says we've gone quiet. I'll just wait. Can someone just comment and ask us, can you hear both of us? Can anyone hear us? Okay, Liza said no garbling. Chloe, can you talk?
Hi.
Talk. Yeah.
Yeah. So it must be my Wi-Fi then.
So it must be you. Have you got other devices going? Have you got the TV, YouTube going? Is your phone on Wi-Fi or anything else?
No, it's okay. I can still hear you. I can make sense of what you're saying, so it's all right.
Andrea says it sounds a little muffled.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's muffled, kind of like gurgly.
That's a bit weird. I'm just going to change it to And is that any better at all?
No.
No? It sounds rougher. Our Wi-Fi, like I said, is really crap here in Australia. So am I still sounding really muffled?
Yeah, it's
It's like
muffled.
you're talking into a fan. Okay.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah, no change. Okay. Stay with us, guys. I'm just turning off my Wi-Fi and see if it goes onto data any better. Just 2 seconds.
I can understand you. Yeah, we can hear. It's just a little bit muffled. No change.
Yeah, my data won't connect. So let me try another one. So apparently you're fine, Chloe, but not mine. So
you sound like you've had.
Yeah, hang on, let me change it to another one, a Wi-Fi to there. Different Wi-Fi, is it still the same?
Yeah.
Chloe has a good connection. Chloe, talk.
Yeah.
Why
You can
can't
hear
I
me
see
just.
you, Chloe?
Yeah. See, it's your
Chloe
connection.
has a good connection. Goes off, goes on.
You sound okay now.
Okay. Yeah, I've got earphones in, Andrea, but it's just a really, really shitty blasted Wi-Fi here. And I'm just going to message Chloe to see if she can go in and glow out. I'll just put here, can you go in and out, because she's not coming on screen. So,
I can still see
yeah.
you.
Joe Sydney Kerry, where will I go at work? I know we're trying to get the technical things right first, guys, because this is really bad.
Can you not hear me or see me?
And I can't get Chloe on screen. So she is not working on the screen. Back and then in. And in again. Yeah, because it's not showing her screen. Because Chloe's all black. Can you guys actually see Chloe? Has she got a black screen or not? Because she can't obviously hear me. So she's gone. Right, okay.
Hear and see you.
Hang on 2 seconds. So Chloe can't hear me at all. I can't hear her at all. So you can see her, but I can't hear Chloe at all. She's not there. She's non-existent. So Chloe, if you hear me, can you press your back bar on your iPad and go out and then back in? Because if I end it, we lose everybody. So my sound's really bad. That's fine for typical Melbourne, which drives me crazy. And I've had a massive cost to set up what they call a mesh network, and mesh network doesn't even work here either. Great. So this is driving me mental. So am I still nothing? Yeah, Linda, we're trying. So our Wi-Fi here in Australia is so bad, and it is a shocker. So now I've got. Can you hear?
Yeah, you sound terrible. It's you.
Oh, it's me. Okay. I'm just going to blank me out. And can you see the chat room, Chloe?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm going to back out, but there's a question. I want someone to have a look at it, or can you have a look at this for me? And it's for a no name. We're wanting to know about future finances for this person. Currently not working, but working as their own business, and they are a reader. Yeah, so can you just have a look at that, and I'll go in and out on my end, because this will keep you at that end. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll back out for a second.
Okay, so did she said that someone that what did she say is a reader. It's like sorry, excuse me a second.
Correct.
Yeah, no, career anonymous. Yeah. No, I thought she said she heard it was a reader through there. It does show down through here more family, home type work through there. I think that would be a really good direction to go in. When I look over through here, there's a lot of tough, stiff competition through there going into next month. So that's down into July through there. It can make you feel a little bit defeated through there. I do think you've all got to be a little bit careful down into August there about someone trying to cut you down, or try and possibly intimidate a little bit there in career or business matters there. Make sure that you stand strong and don't allow them to cut you down through there. And yeah, don't back down into a corner there. When we have a look down into September, I do think you need to hold on to your pennies through there. It might be a little bit of a tougher month there. And when we get to October, you've got to be a little bit careful about
Turn that computer off.
amount of money or being taken advantage of and a large amount of money with someone that you're actually emotionally connected with. So sometimes that can be a partner, family, friend. Whatever that is, there's almost like a little bit of a dishonest reason behind it through there as well. So I think don't lend any money to anyone unless you're really sure about everything there. I do have like going down through here, there might be a couple of quiet months through there. So what do we say? August, September, November, December. So January, February, they might be a little bit more quiet there. There's a new contract or job that's actually starting there in March. Looks like a really good opportunity though, so I would actually take it. I mean, you'd almost be a little bit bored through there, so it depends if that's what you're wanting. If you want a challenge, it's probably not going to do that there for you. You do have to be a little bit careful though when you get down into April there though. There's a fire sign woman around work or career matters, and she's making things a lot more difficult than what they need to be. But you're able to kind of break free away from her where she might not be hovering over everything there. But there's some new contract or job or something being signed through there in March. So looks quite positive.
Oh, good.
Are you back?
Can
Back?
I'm
Yeah.
here, but do I still sound like I've got a mouthful of marbles
No,
underwater?
you sound
Oh,
fine.
Linus has just reminded me about everybody's in homeschooling, because we are in a severe lockdown here in Melbourne, pardon me, in Victoria. So sorry about that. Now, yeah, the person's a reader looking at finances of what Chloe's just seen there. So I'm actually going to, hopefully everyone can hear me. Like I said, Wi-Fi drives me bloody insane, and then I start swearing and I'm actually looking at this person as well, and our positive and our negatives. Oops, come here. And looking at their finances. Mushroom there would tell me there's something missing that you need to do, because mushroom means flourish and grow is the fastest through all the adversity that is possibly put in front of you. Mushroom also is a health symbol. And there would tell me, though, there's something that you need to look at in order to flourish. I just want to draw another. What are we looking at in order, oops, what are we looking at in order to flourish? Castle. Castle again would tell me, are you looking at actually reading, because she's a reader, about some type of business venture? It's really strange, and I know it sounds really ridiculous when you think of readers, tarot card, tea, psychic, what have you, whatever the weapon is. When you have a business there, it actually would tell me literally advertise or flaunt yourself about all the things that you can do when it comes to choosing career paths, business, locations, and so on. But that just tells me, yes, there's something that you need to do. Monkey, cane, and question mark. Now, I know the person's in the audience, so that's interesting. Monkey is literally think outside the box, and everyone sees monkey on your back. But there would tell me, no, use the skill, the intelligence that you have. The cane here would tell me about the support network, which, yes, this person does need a bit more support network in what she's doing. The question mark there would tell me it's the confidence, it's the stresses, it's the self-doubt that is a major problem, and probably that to this, which means stop second-guessing yourself, because they need a good slap. The ship here would tell me business, trade, commerce will increase, and the cherries there with work and financials means good opportunities that are coming up. I actually don't think they're bad. It's this one that we need to have a bit more look at. But like I said, it tells me what is the missing link that we need to look at.
That could be the opportunity that came up in March
in yours.
Yeah, there was a good opportunity or contract being signed there.
Because the graduate scroll is winner, winner, chicken dinner. We've got the believe, which again comes back to the self-doubt, and we've actually got the baby pram. And the baby pram or dummy or shoe or whatever symbol it is, it actually means new joys. I actually don't find them bad at all. The biggest one that keeps coming up is stop doubting yourself. Just throw yourself in, boots and all, because you've got really good growth here. And it does mean opportunities. I'm just looking there again. Sewing machine means, again, threading things together. It means piecing the whole puzzle together. We've got the camper van or the caravan, which means start the journey, spread far and wide. The bells is fantastic in financial and careers because it usually means you are making public announcements, but to a bigger audience. We've actually got the kookaburra. And kookaburra, it's, as they say, the laugh of the kookaburra. It makes a really weird ass noise if you ever hear them. But it is a sign again of persistence, key, speech, flaunt yourself out there. I actually see these as pretty good. So I don't think there's a big issue there. It will happen. And I'd say the moment you lose the self-doubt, the floodgates will open. So they're not too bad. So now let me just go back up through my thread, and sorry with all these things where I lost you both. But yes, I'd forgot all about this homeschooling stuff that we have here. I wrote down a couple of questions there. There's a lady called Leslie Levy, and she is in spiritual business. She is an Aussie girl, and she's wanting to know about the next couple of months because she's totally rebranded her spiritual business. So, Chloe, do you want to grab some stuff on that while I shuffle and deal here? And yes, she's rebranded. She is in the spiritual business. She is a lady here in Australia, and she's totally revamped the whole lot.
So the first three cards through here is it going to take off? Is this the right move, the right decision through there? This here is telling me it is a fantastic decision. It does show through here to keep more options open there. So it's like, don't completely get rid of the old, keep some of the old there and just add more new things through there. There's a little bit of extra education of some sort that you might be either undertaking or even self-taught through there. It's getting more back in touch with it as well, and more on an emotional level. It means good opportunities through there, especially through good emotional connections. Going further down through here, celebration, and that is a sign of good communication. News, it can be about going away for a short trip of some there. And it can mean that you might have the option to move around with your work there, which obviously you can. These bottom cards down through here that I'm doing now, these are, is there anything that you need to know, in terms of obstacles through there? So I'm not sure if you're somehow tied in with family or family business of some sort. I would actually probably be a little bit careful of that because there can be some disharmony amongst family there. So if you do have any siblings or other people you're wanting to do business with, might actually through there. Over through here, I'd say be very careful about someone running away with a large sum of money through there, and possibly that might be some work that you might be having done. Maybe it's to the premises there, but I would be very careful about being scammed of money through there or dropping more than what's necessary because it's unnecessary waste there, and it's just further disappeared there. Another thing through here is about clearing your emotions through there. If you're reading, obviously you know exactly how much pressure it is and how much it can sometimes take on your emotional well-being. But really cut the connection through there. It's like you might have a bit of a drain battery through there. So look after yourself first and foremost, definitely.
Oh, cool. All right, I've got my charm. She's had to rebrand the whole business. Leslie was a yoga instructor and had her own, so I don't know, yoga studio. I'm not sure what you call it. I'm really out of it. So as far as yes, will it go? You've got Vespa, which actually tells me things will take off very quickly. You've got the guitar, which tells me peace and harmonious journey as you go. You've also got the chess piece, and the chess piece is very good for business when it means think or be strategic in what you do. It's also a chess piece that's stand tall, wear your crown like a queen, basically. The teapot, or it's a tall coffee pot, literally means good discussions. I'd look at this and say spread the word. The letter M's or letters, like I said, is person, place, or thing. So it could be a building or a place that you have opened up the business. You've also got the mustache, and mustache is often about men who are passed over in spirit. Mustache is a mature, aged man, so it's usually dealing with ancestry. And when I see things like that for ancestry, I'd say go with the guidance. You are being pushed forward. Letters also have energy values, and a lot of people don't realise this. And the letter M, in its positivity, it means very industrious, be strong, how you doing it, stand tall, your whole power there would tell me something very good. I'm actually seeing this as moving through really, really quickly. So these are quite good for you, Leslie. So I hope that helps a wee bit. Now I'm just going right down through our chat line, and I'm putting it up because that's too much for me to keep writing. We've got on screen there T. Jones. She's redesigning her whole life. Where should she start? So let's have a look. Where should she start? I love it when I see that because it doesn't matter who, what, where we are. If you choose to redesign yourself, reinvent who you are, what you do, it is a really good thing. So Couple of things. There you have the female gender sign, which means use your feminine energy. And I'd look at that literally, tap into your own feminine energy. And you've got the saw here, which tells me about cutting things out. A saw there would tell me cut away. Pardon me, anything that is really annoying and really insignificant. It means like make some alterations as you go, and don't be afraid to make some alterations. This is always an interesting one. It's actually a 22 rifle bullet shell, and there again would tell me be strong in your conviction of what you are doing. The train indicates though there is some passengers that you literally need to offload on your journey. You have the lollipop. Some people think it's a baby rattle, and the lollipop again is enjoy the sweeter journey that you are doing. And the dragonfly is absolutely beautiful. That tells me again spirits are with you. Dragonflies and butterflies in our spiritual world are often little visitors that pop in along the way. And before I forget, before when you heard the bing bong where you thought it was a fire alarm, Chloe, it's not very often, but it's interesting how it happens every time I'm on a live. We call that my visitor. Here in my tea room, I actually have a battery operated doorbell that only is to the backyard. And we lost a dear neighbour a year or more ago now, who passed very quickly. And we have done sort of some digging and working on our spirit world of who is it that keeps ringing the doorbell. And we do believe it's our dear neighbour whose name was Brendan. And he still pops in now and again, and we get the doorbell that rings. We just don't appreciate it when it happens at about 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's a doorbell only in my backyard. There's no other access to it publicly. And I'm here on my own in the tea room, and our doorbell goes off. So there you have it. So I'll now shut up so Chloe can say, where should T. Jones start in redesigning her life?
So this through here is actually cutting out the same sort of thing through there, cutting out toxic people, particularly people with a lot of pride and ego through there, can be cutting out some of those traits yourself if you do have any of those traits. It is taking action through there as well and making sure that you're not procrastinating or just making a ton of plans. So make sure that you do follow through with everything that you're wanting to do. Write it down, break it up, tick it off little bit by little bit. It does show through here that there's a little bit of restriction through there. It may be in relation to family, so I don't know if you're limited in any way by family, whether it might be little children or other influences there with family that can kind of hold you back or restrict you a little bit through there. You have to set that healthy boundary there, though, which is the funny thing. We've had a lot of that come in today. And look after yourself through here. This is nurturing yourself and pampering yourself and making yourself feel like the goddess, which is the Empress card through there. And the Empress is wonderful because she's very nurturing and caring of others. But, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to have all of your energy sapped. And this here is protecting that. When it comes to other areas that to change in your life through there, this actually is saying, take the leap of faith and look at your own business of some sort through there. It does show you might be a little bit fearful through there with a bit of anxiety, and this here means you might have actually tried this or done an own business before in the past, but you know, don't let that deter you from trying again through here and maybe in a different avenue. But you overthink and you stress a little bit through there unnecessarily. I think you probably need to be a little bit more sort of open about your feelings and emotions through there. You're very smart, very clever. This here means you might have some sort of musical talent through there. Also means you really need to listen to your inner voice there. But when we're looking at this, it's more about something that makes you happy and brings you pleasure, like music, that would be a good direction for your business of some sort. So it might be more of a creative business there. So it looks really positive.
Yep, thank you. Sorry, Papa T's in here.
No,
There you
it's
go.
just
Sorry,
protecting
Dad's
that.
just butting in. Yep. It's all right.
Lynette,
Dad's just
You're on a live. It's not Dad. It's Linus.
It's Linus. It's not Dad. Yeah, so you're not being called Dad. Yeah, no, Dad. He's just saying hello, everyone. That he probably knows a lot of these names here anyway. So now there's a question been sent to you, Chloe, and I'll put it on screen there. A lady called Tanya Sarah. She's saying, hi, Chloe.
I know
I don't.
Tanya.
Oh, okay. She says, my question is, do I have new love coming in soon?
Oh, girl, you know what I know.
I have no clue, so I'm flying completely blind. But actually, it's good when you fly blind because I'm totally impartial.
Okay, so we're going to have a look at the next 6 months. So we'll just do a quickie one through here and we'll see. But Tanya has been seeing me for a long time now.
I wonder why she's talking to you.
Yeah, the very first time I met her, she was just slightly underage, but she had a wonderful mum and very mature. And, yeah, just getting a bit of direction, but she's a wonderful girl.
Cool.
And she always has lots of men in her life.
I don't know whether that's all lucky or not.
She's very beautiful, that's why. And yeah, looking through here for this month does show through there, Earth sign man through there. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I don't know if that's there though, because you've got a fire sign around you there next month, but hesitating there. Hesitating about feelings and emotions through there. So if you're expecting things to kind of happen quickly there, you might need to wait a little bit longer. Does show really good communication, enjoying yourself, having a really good time through there down into August. September through there does show you've got a fair bit of stress around you, so you might be pushing, yeah, there you go, pushing people away from you. So I also think you need to be really careful with whoever you're connecting with down through here, because you're fertile myrtle. We always have this card come up through there, which can be an indication of pregnancy. But yeah, so I think you've got to be just a little bit careful through there. But you're a smart girl. I do think you've just got to be a little bit careful about rushing things though down here. It's don't make and repeat the same mistakes from the past there. It's take them on board, analyze things carefully, because this is more about being very reactive and it's stuff you might be overthinking. But in the short term through here, yeah, you've got earth sign and fire sign through there. The fire sign for some reason is hesitating, which is not common for a fire sign. But yeah, it's you've got two options.
Uh-huh. I'm just trying to find some questions there. Yes, Beck, we are both safe in lockdown. I think we're all fed up with lockdown. You know, it's still going on. What I've got there for Tanya Sarah too is teacup, the hoot owl, the butterfly, and the knitting needles. I'd look at that and say, again, good chit chat, socialisation with the teacup. The interesting, and butterfly's nice, but again means don't entertain people who are only in for the short term. So, because it can be all that hot fun when you first start, the fun, the flirty behaviour, but it doesn't always stick around for a while. I find it interesting with the owl because the owl there would tell me you need someone who stimulates your brain, not just your body. And it's a thing I often say to people. I'm not sure how old Tanya is, but you know, it's all very well if they look really hot and they've got a good job and they've got great stability and all the rest of it. But if they open their mouth and they can't string a decent sentence together, it's almost like you look pretty, but don't open your mouth. And an owl there would tell me you need someone who stimulates your own intellect as well. The knitting needles would tell me think creative, think outside the box when it comes to meeting a Mr. Right. So when I say about stimulating, I know this is awful, and he looks really good, but don't open your mouth, is David Beckham. It's like you've got everything going there, but just don't open your mouth. Yeah.
He needs to come
So,
with a roll of duct tape.
Yeah, he does. He needs a roll of duct tape. It's like, yeah, just sit there, look pretty, do whatever, but no. So I just find it a bit strange when I see him there. So now I've had, gosh, I can't even read my own writing. Um, Elena's Rafis is asking about career, and I can't find her message in the chat thing. So, because it'll only give me certain ones, then it expires and then it goes up again. So, Elnaz Refsis, I'm not sure if I've spelt that right, but we're looking about career. So, I don't know if you're in a current job or if you are looking for a new one. So let's just have a look at the random. If you are currently working, you've got the octopus, which means you are spreading yourself way too thin. It's almost when you see that in Korea, it's people pleasing far too much. You got the cat, and the cat is often in a career thing is watch your back and who it is that you trust. We've also got the key, the molecule. It's actually, did you realize that is the actual coffee molecule? Um, so some people use it as
I
the
thought it was
DNA.
THC. Are you sure it's not THC?
No, I'm being told it's the coffee one. Oh God, yeah. Um, the key here means don't be afraid to open a new pathway. And when I see that there, I'd say if you are currently working, have a look outside because you've got your angel wing, which would tell me more spiritual, more divine path is outside of what you're currently looking at or currently working. Because there is again, you're spreading yourself far too thin as a coffee molecule, as in coffee or tea, it literally means good sit down discussions, but make sure they are people who you trust. So, what do you have for Elnaz? All right.
Uh, so hang on, did you say Onaz?
Elnaz, it's
Oh, I know Onaz. Hi.
oh, okay, because I'm glad you are, because I know nothing.
Oh, sorry, I was just distracted because yeah, there's something going on in front of me. Um, okay, so what was the question through here?
She's wanting to know about her career. I don't know if she's working or looking for work. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have a few. What does she need to know? Potential concerns, and how about the right now? So this through here, the current situation through here is saying that you really are trying to keep your balance as best as you possibly can. You might be putting in a lot of hard work and need to really stick to a good routine through there. It is perseverance is obviously going to get you there rather than just luck or windfall or that type of thing. This here is when I look at these next two cards, it does show a changing career through there though. It's a difficulty when working with other people. So if you're whatever you're changing or going into through there, I'd probably try and keep it a solo journey rather than with other people, just because there could potentially be some conflict there. It does show that you may have a period of poverty or have some money that you have to kind of lay out through there. Which can be a loss. So sometimes, if there's a career change, it means that you've might have to start from scratch again and kind of work your way and build your way in there. So it's a short period of time of not obviously getting as much income through there. I don't know if it's the right time to kind of jump 100% in whatever it is else that you're looking at doing, only because down through here, stressful times there, insomnia, lots of stress over through here, quiet. So whatever business you're looking at through there, there's not enough coming through. It does show going back doing something that you've done before there, but ready to plan for the proper launch or release or whatever it is that you're actually doing. When I said about the other people through there, I'd say family is okay. So if you're looking at doing any business with family, that's a really good move through there. With other people, with it, if it's say friends or other business connections, I probably wouldn't do that. I can hear my mum talking to her cat right now.
She is right there, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, the strength card in reverse is an indication that you might not be feeling 100% confident in things just yet. But I know you personally through there, and I know you're a very cautious person and very responsible, which is good. I think just for whatever changes at the moment now is not quite the right time through there. But through here, further down, there is actually business, financial success through there. Whatever it is, there's more of an overseas kind of vibe to that though. So, and slight emotional work as well. Good money.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, hang on, I'm just sending a message and she'll probably read that now. Sorry, it's a private one. I have, oh, that's funny. Chloe's going to laugh at this. A lady called Jan Breck in the chat room, and she says her voice is just like yours. So, yes, everybody does say that Chloe sounds like me, and poor girl. So, but we get that a lot. And when Chloe was actually living at home in the old days of normal home phones, which we don't have anymore, if Chloe answered the phone, they'd start waffling onto her as if she was me. So,
Even Dad did that.
yeah, and yeah, Dad still does it. Yeah. So, but yeah, we do sound very much alike. So, poor kid,
Right.
she had to inherit that from me, didn't she?
Yeah, thanks.
We've got a lady, I'm just going to put this on screen, Chloe, so I don't lose it. It's a lady called Diane Hicks. She's wanting to know, will she find a home in the next week or two, that she has to move from the current home, so the owner moves in and they can't find anywhere to live. So we need to look at what's going to enhance her chances at looking for a home. I'll look at charms, but I'm also going to look at, or I'll give you some tips also in, like Linda's put there, our muggle world. So where we're looking at home, you've got passport, you've got actually, that I think is a tarot symbol. Chloe will know. It's the cups with a coin in it. Is that a tarot thing? The
Where are
cups
we?
with a coin, the charm.
No, not together. They're not normally
Oh,
together.
not together? Okay. Because when I see a coin in a cup, or it's a coin in a goblet, it usually means money that is coming in celebrations. The fire or
Very
the
similar tarot, very similar.
yeah, the fire flames means look what you truly, truly want, because fire can mean changes can happen quickly. They're not always a bad thing, though, because it literally means ignites the passion within you. Create and the passport, though, create would tell me again, be extremely creative in your applications, which I'm going to tell you in a couple of seconds. And the passport there, though, would tell me you may need to look at a wider circle than the current location where you are, because passport doesn't just mean overseas. We're talking about localised areas. So it would tell me, instead of looking in the one suburb that you may currently be, you may have to move 6 to 10 suburbs away from where you currently are. So I'd look at that and say, be a little bit more creative. Dig a little bit deeper into the purse. If it means another $10 a week to pay, look at where else you can sacrifice, like the morning coffee or, the bagel in the morning. But I look at that and say, think and be a little bit more creative in the applications. Now, I'm going to tell you from the real life experiences. Here in Australia, and I imagine it's many parts of the world now, is when people are putting in applications for homes now, they basically have to submit a resume. And it's a bit like laying out a job. You would say the reasons why you think the house is suitable for you, your family, your children, or whoever. And you have to then also tell them about yourselves, and that could be, I'm 45, I'm married, I have 2 children in the localised area. This home would suit us as our family member, that we are a clean and reputable person, and so on. So not just shoot off the applications. If there's somewhere that you can put attachments to it, is send a personal resume about you and all the reasons why you're looking at that particular property. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but here they call it a rental resume. So I would say Google it and look at how people lay out a rental resume or a house buying resume. So what have you got, Chloe? She needs something happening, and it needs to happen in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I can definitely see the urgency behind it with this first card through here. So I've pulled 3 cards through here, and I've kind of divided it up into weeks because obviously it's the short term that's more important here. This through here means you want to be bull at a gate type of thing, but then you might make a mistake like what I did with one of the other places I rented in Mentone, where I just needed something straight away, ended up signing something right next to a railway. So I didn't look at things carefully through there. And this through here, you might be quick to kind of jump onto something straight away for this, each card being 7 days here. But the thing is, you might be making the wrong decision there. You might be just rushing into it. If you've, can take a little bit of extra time and just that extra week, you've got more options coming up on that second week there. You've got more than one option. This here is recognition praise, which can be success, like successful application through there. I would also, because I don't know if you're looking at perhaps maybe sharing a place or moving in with somebody, I would actually advise against that if it's a male that might be living there, because it does show through here that obviously you would be overpaying a tiny bit there, but not feeling very safe and secure. And that there in reverse can be like feeling someone there nearby might be a bit of a pervert, but it kind of makes you a bit uncomfortable. Look,
She might
anyone
like a
who's
bit of ooh la la.
anyone who's in the comments knows what my reading style is like, and it's very to the point. But I do think, you're not going to get hurt. It's just the creepy vibes through there that has potential danger, and it is actually around a water sign male through there, and it has you feeling insecure. So the fact it has you feeling uncomfortable wherever you're moving, suss out either the neighbours or if it's a share place, no men. I'd be careful on that. So don't rush into it first thing this week. See, there's a lot more opening up that second week through there, but just make sure you choose carefully and know, man, through there, that's a bit dodgy. Yep.
Dodgy mail. There's a question there from Linda Shoemaker in Portland, Oregon, USA. She's wanting to know where she should focus her career path, muggle or magical. So, so let's have a look. It's interesting because I'm drawing that as the first card there, which tells me, yes, you are a very smart and very intelligent lady. And that is good because it would tell me, again, you are thinking outside the box in doing so. It's funny because you've got dragon, which is mythical creatures. We've got balloon, is letting go of stress and pressure. And we've got triangle, which is a point. So it tells me keep moving forward no matter the course that you are taking. Angel and cat. Straight away I'm there saying follow the magical path, not the muggle path. And the reasons are, there would tell me about guiding lights and spirit and help and support around a lot of females that are really requiring it. The dragon here is don't be afraid to face it. And you've got the balloon, which is rise and release of pressure, which would be releasing pressure from the muggle world. And yes, you're smart in the muggle world, but I'd look at that and say, no, follow the magical path. These are beautiful because it tells me females in need of angel guidance, which is literally spiritual guidance. What do you got? This is for Linda.
Yeah, so having a look up, so the Muggle World one through here, I mean, it require a lot of perseverance through there. You might not have all the resources and able to pull everything all together through there. I'm the same as you. I'd say more focus on the magical down through there. You've got the star, which is blessings, balance, protection. It's about a sign, a real slap in your face kind of sign through there, and planning things very carefully on the long-term side of things. Dipping your toe toe into some uncharted territories through there. So it's taking a little bit of a risk, and you do need to somehow leave emotions out of it, like your own personal connection somehow through there. With the female stuff through there, I do have that there might be one through here that can make a few waves there, and there's a man that's somehow tied or connected into it. So I don't know if they're maybe connected just by marriage or something through there. But I would say just be a little bit careful about words, because it's like Chinese whispers. Things get spread through there and then stories change. I think the biggest thing with the magical one is don't overthink things. Keep it really simple through there. You definitely feel a lot more emotionally connected to it as well. But you may feel like you're not getting as much appreciation or praise for everything that you're putting into it.
Cool. Okay. I've got another question there from a lady called Kay Vickery of what is his intentions. Kay's local to me. She lives not that far. So she's in our 5 kilometre radius, because that's all we're allowed at the moment. Oh, actually, I think it's expanded to 10 kilometres now. But yeah, she's looking and wondering what's his intentions. So let's have a look. Right, okay, what's his intentions? Lion. Actually not bad intentions, to be honest. The lion here is about showing strength, wisdom, stamina. It can be very protective, which is interesting because you've got house, you've got tunnel, and you've got ship here. I'd look at that and say things are very slow going, though. That's the only thing here. But that's home and family and light, which is almost like wanting to draw you out of your shell, because tunnel is get out of the darkness but look into the light. And you've got the house, which is again home and family. Angel's really quite lovely, because it does mean there's no malicious intent. And the bat here would tell me you obviously stimulate the conversation or the brain matter, because bat, when we're looking around relationships, it usually means of equal level intelligence to feed off each other. I actually don't think he's got any bad intentions there, but he could be a bit slow in coming forward, though. That's the only thing. It's almost like he needs to pull himself out, and you do too. What do you got?
Very,
What do
very
you have?
similar as well. I don't have bad intentions through here at all. It actually looks quite positive. There's a couple of little things through here, but I think if you're the sort of person that, has a good intuition through there, I think maybe some of your emotions or feelings might cloud that judgment a little bit in more the negative way. So you might be thinking, oh, it's not working, things are, going to go south. But I think it's just more your negative dialogue that might be making you feel that way, because that's not the case at all. Because this here is potential fear of like abandonment issues, that type of thing. Maybe that could be the nervous energy that they give out. It does show that he's sought to kind of avoid conflict through there, which is pretty good at, easier to get along with than someone trying to boss and push you around. Again, there's a huge focus on family through this, and that can be about attaching to family or considering family. He's weighing everything up there carefully. He's not ready to make full-on decisions through there at the moment, but looking at everything carefully and planned. So I'd say he's pretty stable there. The Two of Cups is about love, connection, communication through there. And I think that you're able to feel that through there. You've got to be a little bit careful if you're coming up as Queen of Swords, though, because it means that you might be a little bit disconnected through there. So maybe your warmth, even if you're feeling it, it might not translate through there. I do think with here, he might be a little bit funny on the money side of things there in terms of being a little bit tight, but the connection between these two means that he might need a little bit of nurturing himself. So I don't know if there's a strange relationship with the mother maybe, but there's a lot that are like that out. But possibly strong mother connection through there. So don't mother them, because then they'll expect it for the rest of the time.
No, we're not going to do that. I know
No.
Kay, and she already had someone who she was mother not just to his children, there was 4, and him, he was a big baby. We're not doing that again. No. I
The
would
thing is
actually
with
whack her.
with the mother side of things through there, it's mothering in terms of money through there. So perhaps maybe he's either not good with her, or he needs a little bit of a push or motivation even to either work more or save or get ahead through there. Yeah, so it's, whatever it is more financial, which is good, because you don't want someone that you have to mother emotionally too much, because that's just exhausting. So yeah,
No, it
it looks
can
good
bugger
though.
off.
It looks good.
Now I'm going to let Chloe answer this one because I don't often read for third-party things, but Chloe often does. This is a core part of her. And Fairy Wren Whispers, I'll put it on screen. She's wanting any help or advice for her dear son to find his passion or his direction in his life. So I'll let Chloe have that one. Yeah, so she's
Is that on?
messages for her son to find his direction.
Okay. Is there any way that we could have his birth date that I could quickly have a look at?
Fairy Wren Whispers, are you still there, darling? Can you give us his birth date? Oh, she's given us a kiss. It's about a 10-second delay, Chloe. So, hang on, I'll just wait. You draw. Oh, hello, Blah. You're new here. Subscribe. Lovely to see you. Just seeing if January 19th. What year, Fairy Wren Whispers? So it's January 19th. So his personal year, we got.
What year?
His personal year is a 7.
Do we know
Yeah.
the year?
I don't know the year of his actual birthday. He's in a personal year of 7 this year.
Yeah, no, the reason I wanted the year was to
Oh,
see the life
2000. Yeah, so
2000,
2000.
12, 13.
Yeah.
So he's a 4. So, yeah, so having a look through here, it definitely has to be something that he's passionate about through there. I don't know what his attention span is like. It might not be the best through there, because it does show through here he's expecting to get a lot in a very short period of time through there. So he might struggle with building his way up into career through there. He needs to be working for himself or have a very flexible type of job or work through there, because it's like he doesn't like being told what to do. He doesn't like being stuffed in a corner through there, and he does want decent money there, but I think he might be expecting things maybe a little bit too soon. Shows that there's no interest in anything to do with family money or business through there. So I'm not sure if you have a business yourself, and if that's the case, he doesn't want anything to do with it there. He needs a job through there where he gets a lot of attention through there. So perhaps maybe that's something that might either pull him out of his shell or give him the attention that he needs. It's got to be something that he's emotionally connected to, most definitely. But this here is about usually public eye or recognition through there, but needing lots of it there. It's like almost like a party vibe. It can sometimes be about alcohol and stuff as well. So it can be serving.
Oh, okay.
He needs to be patient, but yeah, definitely public.
Yeah. There's a lady, Lisa Mitchell, she's wanting to know about her eldest son. Will he be home soon? So I'm actually using the pendulum for yes and no. My yeses spin anti-clockwise. My no's go clockwise. My uncertains are either vertical or horizontal. And it's just, again, will son be home soon? So hang on, stop. I'm getting anti-clockwise. So it tells me there, yes. Yeah, I'd look at that and say, yes, son is coming home soon. I'm not sure where your son is, but it says coming home soon. So I'm just going here. Oh God, Andrea's asking me, am I going to do another Alice deck? No. That's a no. No, I've got other things going on. Where am I? Sorry, I'm just trying to go through all these messages. There's a lady here. I'll put this on screen, Chloe. Alexandra Wilkes wants to know, is it worth reaching out to a recent past relationship? So, is it worth it? Have
Yeah,
you
I
just,
think
pardon?
that name sounds familiar. I think I've heard from.
Alexandra Wilkes, I don't know. So, Mermaid there would tell me not so great an idea, and I'll tell you why. I'll just take it off screen so you can see me. Mermaid there would tell me it's like something superficial. I can't help but look at that and say, who's the third party that is involved in a past relationship? Because mermaid in a relationship, it's like things look lovely on the outside, but what was wrong on the inside? Fish is pointing away, which literally means there is plenty more fish in the sea. So if he was a fail, toss him back in and let the sharks have him. You have the house, which would tell me, though, you need somebody who's grounded, more secure. And the biggest thing of all there with the bird tells me you need someone who knows how to communicate. Bird looking at the back door of the house would tell me he wasn't a great communicator in that area where you really need someone who can open their mouth. The mask also would tell me, is there things that are hidden that you are not seeing? And I look at that and it's a bit like remove the rose-coloured glasses and look at it, why it was a past, what happened and went wrong, because there was obviously a reason. The cherries here would tell me new, sweeter love that is out there for you. I would say not a great deal of point in looking backwards. I would say look forwards, because there was obviously something wrong, because both mermaid and mask are about a lovely facade on the outside, but what is it on the
I've
inside?
got I've got the mermaid through there as
Oh, you got the
well.
mermaid charm.
Yeah. My cards over through here shows, look, it would be a really bold move. Might be one that you might regret there. The bat means you're not seeing things clearly at the moment. You need to take a good look from a different perspective. So sometimes what's helpful in that is offering a best friend the advice if she was in your exact same situation, so that you show yourself compassion and see things, a little bit detached from the emotional side of things. I do think over through here, the same thing as Karen's saying there. The mermaid through there can be about temptation, lust, and not a solid ground, solid base relationship. The fact that I've got the Seven of Cups in reverse through there on top is a breach of trust through there, but it's more than one option around there. So if you were to reach out, you would not be a priority. You might be, say, one of the mix through there. It does show that, there can be you trying to avoid conflict through there, but the Ten of Swords is about having to let things come to an end, come to a close through there. The music is that you, in the connection with these cards, what I'm feeling is that you're seeing and the relationship for maybe just the more positive aspects of it, like beautiful music through there. So it's like when you put on a song, it relates different things to different people through there, and you might be feeling or seeing or thinking signs through there, but it might not be the right message that you're getting coming through. The listening to your intuition through there, you've got someone watching over and protecting you with that angel there. The star can be about wishing upon a star, but it's like you got to shine bright and move forward. So, and some things do come to a bit of a close, but the fact there's a breach of trust and not 100% kind of commitment, like you deserve a lot better than that. So, yeah, I would not reach out, especially in a Mercury retrograde right now, which is the worst time to do it, because we'll feel all emotional in the moment and we're spending a lot of time reflecting on things. And then when the Mercury retrograde finishes, we think, oh, God, what the hell was I thinking? So we don't have any
Yeah.
regret. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. John was saying he was born in the Mercury retrograde, and I just replied and laughed. I said I was actually born on the full moon, so that explains a lot.
And I was born
Uh,
on the 13th.
Yeah, and you were born on a 13th, and everybody kept saying how bad 13th was. And if you knew the story, she's lucky to be on this planet. She was a 6 weeks early preemie baby. Now, let me just have a look. Yes, it is a lovely colour, red. It's actually what's called sultry, I think it's called. I can't remember.
Are we talking about your nail polish now?
Yeah, Andrea said she loved the colour of the nail polish. I can't remember. I think it's sultry. Because we're in lockdown, I had to do them myself again, and it takes me about 3 hours to do them myself. Um, I have, where are we? Someone just called Blah. Hang on, I'm just going to put it up there. She's wanting to know if Company A is going to invite to start a job at their company. So is she going to be headhunted by Company A? So I'll shuffle, you do that, start first. Someone's asked me, are we in Alabama? No, I'm not in Alabama, I'm in Melbourne, Australia. So, long way away.
I think this is actually really quite positive. I don't know whether or not you really care if the position is really challenging there or not. The pay is decent through there. For the most part, you'd enjoy it through there. The challenge is not really much there. I know I've got a couple of career-driven clients, and if they had that, they'd be a bit disappointed. But I don't know your situation there. I do think don't answer or give a response back. You've got to play a little bit of hardball through there as well, because if you give an answer down through here, it might be a while before you can get an increase later further down the track through there. It's very comfortable, very easy, but if you're wanting a challenge, it might feel like it's not going to cut it there for you. But I do think it will be offered, but yeah, whether you want, like whether you need that or not, that's, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to start up here about it. Mouse there would tell me don't get overstressed about the finer things or the little stuff, because it means literally stamp out anything that you are stressed about. It's interesting. What else we got to feed the mouse? Oh, how cat gets the mouse. I would look there too. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised that they do offer you a position there, because you've got the chair, which means a position of comfort. The cat here, cat that's got the mouse, which tells me they actually would look at you as good stability and somebody there. The monkey is very important because it means that you're not going to stand any crap or malicious stuff that goes on and on and on, especially with that and that. What's the outcome cards would tell me good security there and good security for your long term. The only things where I'd look at Chloe is the chair, where yes, it might be comfortable and you might thoroughly enjoy it, but it sometimes can be though, will you be bored? Because I'd look at and say, is this going to be enough for you, as in stimulating your capacity? Dragon there again would tell me you might go there, but I don't see it you sticking around there for the long haul, because that is your sticking around card, as in the anchor. Sorry, take that off. But yet you've got your tunnel looking out, which tells me no, you are likely you'll go there, but you won't stay there. It's not the end role. Not that I'd see that. No.
It would really leave a lot of waste of your skills and talents. It wouldn't go from
Yes,
there
it
because
is.
you need a role with lots of variation through there, and this
Yes,
wouldn't probably do that for you.
yes. It's like it's just, are you going to be bored? Is it enough stimulation, or is it just going to be annoying? Yeah. Um, where am I? Just trying to have a look here, going through. Pink flamingos looking to move. Is it a good idea? Or will she be completely cut off by her family in doing so? It's always really hard when you've got family reading into it. I'm the only bird out of 5 children that left the nest in my family. All are in another state. So I was the stray, and I was the youngest when I took flight, literally. But look, the distance was hard to start with, but look, there was other reasons too, and it worked out the best thing for me. So, is her move going to be a good idea? Literally between her and her family. The treasure chest there tells me about the positives that you would gain out of it. Treasure chest is quite good because it means great abundance, and abundance isn't just as in money and income, them types of thing. It means good people, good environment around you. Yes, money involvement, but more positive situations. So that would tell me this will be very good for you. It'll be very good for your emotions. You'll also have more friends there wherever you move. It's funny because you've got the mouse behind the dog, which tells me you're leaving some stresses behind you. Moon is your emotional well-being. So these two here would tell me new friends, good for you on the emotional level. We have the angel and the frog. The frog is they'll stretch yourself that little bit further. Take the leap of faith. You will never land in the fire. And when you see an angel anywhere, is time for you to make the change. Positive light that is always around you. I actually see these is positive for you to make the move. So what do you see, Chloe? And we'll only do another couple and wrap it up because I do believe Chloe's got bookings this afternoon.
Yeah,
She does Zoom readings, by the way, and I did put it in the description, Chloe's website.
I'm trying to see the comments. I can't see the comments.
Oh, it says looking to move. Is it a good idea? Or will she be cut off from her family by doing so? So is it a good idea for her to move?
Yes, it is. But you will, I wouldn't say cut off, but there's definitely going to be a lot of distance there with family. Here is about neglect, not being treated as a priority through there. And it can be something that can linger into the long term. So, is this a connection? Like, is this because of something relationship wise or?
I'm not sure. She just says, is it a good idea to move? And will she be completely cut off from the family by doing so? So family may not be so happy about it, and she's worried about being disconnected from the family.
I would be a little bit concerned because it can be unhealthy control and bonds there from family there. I would also say be careful of anything like fertility or pregnancy related through there because that could make things a whole lot worse. So anything around the children
Oh,
aspect.
she says it's a family fight.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like down through here is people not being honest, clawing at each other's backs literally through there. And when it's the Lovers card, it's like a very passionate, so it's like a lot of intensity, a lot of emotions through there. So it can be very passionate, almost
Yeah.
borderline aggressive.
She's just commented and said she's trying to leave because of the family fight. So she is looking at
If
relocating. Yeah.
if you're okay with leaving the family behind, then most definitely do it because it's definitely not a healthy thing through here. I do think you need to escape those bonds, those ties, and it's the emotional bond and emotional ties. So if you go through a period of time where you having the guilt, make sure that you snap yourself back out of it through there because it's a very unreasonable situation. And I would most definitely get out through there, but I would watch your back through there because they may try and manipulate back in away through there. So you need to go somewhere safe.
Yeah, and it's somewhere that she feels that she can grow abundantly. Yeah, so I'm just going to I'll take one last one, and Chloe will have to take one last one because I've got to let her go. Otherwise, she's going to be behind work. Hang on, where am I? Come on, click off. I'm trying to click off on. Hang on. Oh, someone's asking from Alabama. No, I'm not in Alabama. Hang on.
That's your country accent. That's your Tassie accent.
Oh, is it? No, I don't think I sound like Alabama.
You just sound country.
I don't sound with the US accent, I don't think. There's a lady called Sharon Ford, and she is asking, why is Chris holding back and will we ever meet? So obviously this is an online relationship. Hang on, I'm just going to grab my charms. And yeah, why is he holding back? So what's going on in the background that we are not seeing? Okay.
You're not going to meet him, honey. It's not
No, and I'm looking there. We've got ring, which tells me, is there another person? We've also got the mermaid, which I kind of feel that there's somebody else in the background. The cross is, yes, about you may be spiritually aligned, and the reasons why you do come together and communicate is obviously you are gaining something out of the communications. The galloping horse literally means passing love. The balloon here would tell me, again, too many things or pressure. And a hot air balloon is literally sever the strings, leave the basket at ground level and rise above it. The beetle, it's a scarab beetle, isn't it? Just gorgeous. Look at that. I just love it. And the scarab beetle is sheer gut doggedness or determination. And a beetle is, yes, you might be still trying to push it. Spider would still tell me there's another person in the background because it literally means what's the web, or can be literally web of lies or web of deceit. When I say a mermaid in a ring, it's like who or what is another party. Now, another party, everybody would see ring and straight away and say they're already in a committed relationship. Yes, at its very worst. But there would tell me again, there's other complications that's going on behind him, but I don't see him as longevity. And this here, I just don't see it going anywhere fast. And it's like if he does enter your life, he'll leave very quickly.
This is a little bit similar through here.
I just feel someone else or something, or lies or something behind the scenes.
Yeah, I do think that there's somebody else there as well. It's coming up as the Earth Sign woman through there, and he's got regret and remorse around that. So, like Karen said, it's not necessarily say someone present. It could be someone still emotionally attached to a previous partner through there. In terms of him holding back through here, you got a number of choices here. Over through here, he's got family obligations of some sort. So I don't know if that's either caring for parents or it might be children might not have shared or told about. But worse still is these two, which is finances, which means he obviously might not have finances to be able to kind of do it, but it's like hiding something financially there. And with this in the middle, it's the immaturity, it's all talk, no action. So I don't think it's going to happen in terms of meeting. Over through here, if you were to try and meet, or if you were to travel and meet somewhere and go maybe a further distance or extra distance through there, it would still fall through. So there's got to be a reason why he's not coming to the party through here. Down here is a lack of romantic connection through there, but it's on top because that other woman is possibly at the forefront of his mind. So I don't think he's probably as keen as maybe what he's leading you to believe. So he might just be getting a bit of attention because this is all. So I think move on to someone who will step up to the plate.
Yeah. I have one last. Chloe, you'll do this one last, and then I'll do a different one last. Amal Awad, who is an Aussie gal. She is a writer, book writer, many published books, and also beautiful oracle cards, which I have. So she's wanting to know about finding a mentor support in her career, and is there any insights on finding that? So you do that one, I'll find another. Oh, Sharon's just said maybe she's feeling someone else is in the background. So that's, yeah. I have no idea how to read tarot cards, anybody there, so I've got no idea what they are. It's a very unusual card deck that Chloe reads with.
Yeah, so looking at the mentor side of things, there are a few options through here. I mean, first of all, current sort of situation through there, there's no communication lines open through there, so nothing currently around through there, and I wouldn't rush it. There's the option of 3 different people through here. The woman is the one that you want to put your money on, and it's coming up as an earth sign woman through there. She's either had or run a business there before. She can handle a lot of stress, handle everything in the kitchen sink through there. So fantastic in business in that regard. There is a young man through there, but he's a little bit all fluff through there. He's probably a bit too excitable, doesn't sort of think or plan or prepare ahead there. But yeah, and another man over through here, but he's just, and it's a water sign, but he's a little bit inconsistent there. He might be young and still learning and still studying and still evolving into who he is at the moment. Might also be distracted with a young family or something like that there. With the mentor side of things, you know, there is good business opportunities through there to connect and join the dots there. There's adding more to your plate in terms of your skill set through there, and adding that variety back in there. I do think if there is anything risky related though, whether documents or anything, I would be a bit careful because there might be some hidden things there that are not going to be easy to get rid of in the long term. So that can sometimes be contracts or deals or something that you're bound to or tied to. So I would not, if anything feels a bit risky, it's just not worth it there. You could get taken advantage of or could be stuck connected to something or someone, so maybe a publisher or something like that. Yeah.
Cool. I'm just doing,
yeah.
sorry, I'm just doing the lucky last person, and it's Elizabeth Nicole. She's wanting insight to look at a past lover. They broke up due to bad timing. Will we reconnect or will I find new love? So I'll do this. Chloe's been talking non-stop, desperate for a cup of tea, so I'm going to take this one. Isn't that interesting after all my buckets of things? So I'm just drawing a few here. Oh, look, we've got the 2 rings. That's interesting. I can't help but feel when I see the 2 rings, is it a good relationship to be connected to? When I see a teddy bear there would tell me it's a little bit immature, because there again is, to get it twofold is, are you either tied up in a committed relationship or is he tied up in a committed relationship? Because to get it twofold would tell me bound. There, the teddy bear would tell me, no, look at somebody else, because it often means bring in something that's new that gives you joy. You've also got the beetle, and the beetle there would still tell me, yes, it's been a tough time, but it's time to look at things that is going forward. You've actually got the Sacral Chakra. Isn't it terrible? I can't remember all the chakras. Hang on, I'll be able to tell you which one. Oh, when I get it. Where did I put my purse? And I can't find it. Okay, we'll just run with it. Chakras are your alignments anyway. The purse or the handbag literally means is hold everything that is close to you, and you also have the flip-flop, which means look elsewhere or do something that is bringing in new love. But it's almost like bringing new love on something that's not so heavy, or if someone's either bound already, you being bound or him being bound, because I'd look at these and say, yes, you've been persistent, but it's time to let that go. And the bag is cherish you as the female entity and run with what is right for you. And that's where I'd look at that and say, no, I think you need to probably look elsewhere, because the scarab beetle is trying to give something, basically it's like a dung beetle, and the more you try and enter it, the bigger the ball will roll. And I'd look at that and say, no, look at something else. But two rings, I can't help but feel is either you're either connected or he's connected, or you both may be, but there would tell me no. I don't see reconnection. If I had cherries, if I had a music symbol, tree, I would say yes, reconnection. But with those, no, I would look at something else and go further forward. So I hope everyone has a good day. We've been here 2 hours, so I'm losing my voice. Chloe's got a reading and I better let her go. But thanks everyone for joining us, and it's lovely to see everyone. So have a great day wherever you are. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.